Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so let's talk about the state of the all-black GMT in Japan. What's the market like? Well, when I made the video about the new 2019 Rolex models, link in the description if you haven't seen it, I'd seen the Rolex website, I dropped everything, went to the hall, made that video, and then while I was uploading the video, I checked out Rakuten, which is it's sort of a conglomeration of different brick and mortar shops here in Japan. And I wanted to see what the prices were like. Well, the lowest price all black was 899,000 yen. And I'm going to use yen here. Sorry. I don't really even know what the exchange rate is, but you can figure it out. I think it's 110 yen per dollar. So get a calculator and follow along if you want to. But it was 899,000 yen. That was the cheapest all black you could get, and that was pretty cheap. There was a big jump in price, and then you could find new ones for 1,176,000 yen. Okay, so roughly that's it's north of $10,000, well north of it. That's above retail. Now these are new pieces. All right, so fast forward a couple days. I checked today, and that 899,000 yen all black gone. Not surprised at all. Knew it would go, but that is gone. And so are those new pieces for that 1,176,000 yen, which was I want to say that's about $12,000. They're gone as well. There are a few used ones at that price, but there's been a big jump, and when I say a few used ones, I really do mean a few. There's a few used ones for about 12,000 USD, but there's a big jump, there's a big gap there, and then used ones are now priced at 1,675,000 yen, which is about $16,000. All right, right up there with the BLNR. In fact, you can get a BLNR for cheaper. All right, now link in the description. I'm gonna put a link to the pages that I looked at. And it's interesting. So now, what happened? Well, I really didn't take note the first day, but I'm curious if the prices were raised by the retailers, or buyers came and cleaned out all those cheaper versions, and just those overpriced versions are left. So I don't know if people there was a mad rush on all black GMTs, and all those cheaper versions were bought up, and the only thing left were those 1,675,000 yen pieces, those 16,000 plus pieces, 16,000 USD plus pieces, or if the retailers just said, okay, let's tack on an extra several $1,000s. Now, just a couple months ago, you could get that watch for 900,000 yen. It was right up there with what you would expect to pay for a pre-ceramic GMT, either a Coke or a Pepsi. And now it's right up there with a BLNR. So I knew this would happen. This is not a surprise. I mean, what would be surprising is if the retailers and by retailers I mean gray market, if the gray market just said, oh yeah, they're discontinuing it. Interesting. Okay, prices stay the same. That would have been ridiculous. I mean, we all knew that it would go up, and just because it's gone up doesn't mean people are going to pay for it. But look, if I were a gray market dealer, this is new news, and I wouldn't just keep prices the same. I would tack another several $1,000s on to my all blacks. You can always lure them later, but if there is a mad rush and a mad panic to get these all blacks, then I would want to capitalize on that. So I can't blame retailers for doing that. And again, it might have been a little of both. I think people probably came and cleaned out the cheaper ones, and also gray market dealers upped their pieces, upped the price by several $1,000s because of this new announcement. So I do remember seeing that 899,000 yen piece. That's about, I want to say it's about 9,000, less than 9,000. And I remember thinking, should I? And obviously I didn't. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. I don't think I would want to keep that watch. It's a beautiful watch. I like it. Obviously, you guys know I have issues with it, so it just doesn't quite do it for me. So I really would probably, if I had gotten it, would be thinking, okay, how can I get out of it and get out of it with profit? Because that's, of course, the only reason I would have been buying it, which is really not. Again, to revisit an old topic, you want watches that turn you on, and that you can potentially make a profit for it. And while this is a great watch, it didn't quite turn me on, so I think that's probably a good decision. I will say that if I had tried to buy it, it was in the evening, and I think the shop was closed. I very well would have gotten an email the next day saying, sorry, it had been sold, and perhaps it had been sold, or somebody had beaten me to it, but I wouldn't put a retailer past waking up to the news and sending out emails to anybody that tried to buy their watch to that it's gone, sorry. They do that, by the way, when you see a piece on Rakuten, you can call the brick and mortar store, and they will check to see if they have it, because somebody might have bought it and it kind of hasn't gone through the system and hasn't been taken off the website. I remember I tried to go visit to look at a no date sub 14060M, and somebody was sort of in negotiations for it. So just because it's on that site doesn't mean it's ready to go, and you put your credit card number in and bam, you got it. It's there's some, they've got leeway there. Anyway, yeah, what do you guys think? I'm not surprised. You shouldn't be surprised. What I will be interested to see is will these prices continue? I mean, basically it looks like 16,000 USD is what you're going to have to pay for an all black now in Japan. Now again, there's those two models that are a couple thousand less. I don't know why. Maybe they just haven't updated their advertisement on Rakuten. But what's going to happen in a couple years when they come out with another all black? And will they? They might not. And is that just the new price? Interesting. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to be an observer. Hey, great calling it, Clive. I got to give you props, and great buy-in too, because you have one. It's a good time to have one. All right, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.